welcome to another episode of the Doing the Orange podcast, Young Guns Edition. And today I have two very special guests. It's Santino Brothers wrestlers, Dominic Kubrick and Alonzo Alvarez.
Hi.
What's up?
Okay, so let's get started. So we're gonna kind of go down in a row here.
Mm-hmm.
So were you guys fans of wrestling growing up?
Yeah, I've actually been a fan since I was like 4 years old. I've just been watching ever since then. Always just been a fan of it.
Yeah, since I was little, it's like I was introduced to it like through my uncle, and me and my brother started watching it, and my earliest memory was Undertaker and Mankind. It was their buried alive match, and the main thing I remember was just that hand coming up out of the grave at the end. Like, so since then I've been hooked. And yeah.
Okay, so who are you guys fans of?
Right now, fan of like Finn Balor, Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, a lot of NXT guys like Adam Cole. How about you?
I've gotten I've always been fond of Undertaker, like since the beginning. Like I said,
Undertaker.
But Doink the Clown, him a lot. Like that one got me like into wrestling a lot too with his jokes and all the pranks he would pull. But right now I do like Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt, he's caught my attention like with a lot of the stuff he's been doing lately.
Okay, so how did you get started in wrestling?
I started watching with my brother when I was little, and he kind of got me into it a lot because like he was always a fan, so he kind of got me into it, and I've just been hooked. I remember like just watching like Undertaker and Kane wrestling since they were like when they first started, when Kane first came out. It's like, I'm your brother, and then I just got hooked ever since. I was like, wow, this is pretty cool.
For me it was I don't know. I've always been a fan. So, what got me into was like the theatrics and the acrobatics, and when I finally became more interested in joining, a lot of I'd always seen wrestlers that were really big in size, really muscular, tall, and that kind of just took away me wanting to be a wrestler. Since I was little, I grew up always wanting to be a wrestler, but it just kind of realizing that everyone's bigger than you. It just kind of pulled it away, and but then I started realizing that they started bringing out more and more people that were my size, or if not close, and I started going to more indie shows, and I originally planned on going to EWF, but then I saw that Santino Brothers was closer, and they had such a fantastic reputation, so it worked out for me just to go straight to them.
Okay, so how did your friends and family react when you decided that you were gonna become a professional wrestler?
My friends didn't know what it was. They're like, why are you doing that stuff? I'm like, because I liked it and I've always liked it. And my parents have always been so supportive, which is pretty cool. They always like to come to my shows. They were there when I first debuted. They supported me, taking me to practice sometimes. So, I mean, they're really supportive. But my friends are just like, why are you doing stuff like that? Like, we should be hanging out. But I don't want to. I just want to go train, So, that's how it is.
With me, I was really nervous about telling everybody. I was cautious about it. For a while, after I'd signed up, and I didn't tell anybody, and until finally it started getting closer, I told my family, and surprisingly, they were very supportive of it. And I not that I didn't expect to be supportive. It was just I didn't expect the reaction that I got from them. And they were supportive about it and told me to go for it. And then my friends, once they found out, they got really involved and started supporting me, and they've always wanted to know when my next match is or where I'm gonna be, just so they can go watch, and it really helps a lot.
Okay, so how long did you train before you had your first match?
Yeah, I started training when I was 16, and I've trained for like a year and a half, and I debuted when I was 18.
So. About a year. I went through the whole training course, week by week, month by month, and finally, about a year in, I finally got to have my debut match, and So far, it's been great. Yeah.
I was his assistant trainer.
Oh yeah, he was one of them. Yeah.
Just FYI.
Yeah.
Okay, so you mentioned like your debut matches.
Mhm.
So who were your first opponents?
My first opponent ever was Lucas Riley. Like, we both started off together in the same class, and we had 33 people in our class, and we were the last two in our whole class out of 33 people, and so I debuted against him, and ever since then we've just always been really good friends because we had that bond together.
My debut. Well, my first match actually was against Eli Everfly at Desert Pro, and I had a really fun match that time. But my debut match for Santino's, I had Robbie Phoenix, and that one, yeah, really having that match with Eli really helped me, have some more confidence going in with Robbie. So it all worked out.
Okay, so how did your first matches go?
Not so on my end, but I mean, I still had a lot of fun because it was just all that year and a half of training and just leading up to my debut. Felt really good just knowing my family and my brother was there and just everyone that supported me. And it was just really cool going against one of my best friends because the fact that we survived out of 33 people and just we debuted together was like a cool feeling, even though it didn't turn out well for me in the match because I lost. But other than that, it was pretty cool.
That's good.
My first match was fun. It went well with Eli, and he was telling me like at the end of the match after we had our match and people had thrown some money in the ring, so it really kind of encouraged me it really helped me knowing like, okay, I didn't do as bad as I was thinking I would do just because it's my first time. I had the first time chills, or nervousness, I guess you could say, just doing that, but it worked out really fine.
Okay, so what has been your favorite match to be a part of?
Favorite match? There's a lot of them. I can't really name one right now, but I feel like all my matches are my favorite ones to be a part of because I just like wrestling in general, and I just like being in like every match. So, and every match is different because you learn something new in every match, and so it's like I just like that part, just like learning different parts of every match that I'm in. So every match is my favorite match.
For me, it's hard for me to choose one. I've had a couple that I like. Recently I had a match with Alonzo, and that was a fun one. Eli, my first match, that was good too. I had fun with that one. There was a match with it was me and Vandergrift versus Ariel Instinct. Oh, that one turned out to be like way fun. That one.
That was a good match.
Yeah, it's hard for me to choose exactly one, so I have a couple. For me. Yeah.
Okay, so do you have a favorite opponent?
Ooh.
There can be many.
Yeah.
There can be more than one.
Favorite opponent that I want to wrestle or that I've wrestled?
That you have wrestled.
Probably Lucas because like him and I know each other pretty well, and Jake, also him. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people. Doug was one of my favorite ones too. Just a lot of, I don't know. Just can't really think of one right now. It's a good question.
As far as opponents go, because I've trained with Jake Atlas a couple times, so I feel like sometimes we have some really good chemistry like in the ring, along with Alonzo, especially since he helped train me too. But I'd say like at least those two have been some of my favorite ones.
Okay, so like who have been some of your mentors?
Brody King, Douglas, Joey Chaos, Robbie Phoenix. Those guys are like above us. Like those guys have been doing this longer than us. I've always looked up to them. They've been my inspirations, especially like Brody just doing PWG just recently. So that was one of the cool things because I've always looked up to him ever since I started training because he was also one of like my trainers too, and so I always look up to him. It always gives me motivation to just go to get where he's at right now. So,
mentors, Joey Chaos. He's always like come through with some knowledge that always benefits and helps me. Robbie Phoenix, when I'm having trouble like with a new move or coming up with something, he puts his 2 cents in and it just works.
Yeah.
It really helps out a lot. Jay Gallows, when it came to debuting and finally getting out there,
flips.
no, no, not so much that. It's just he's been more like to help me, I guess, open up more as a person when it comes to being out there and going to shows and meeting new people. He's been like kind of like a leader, I guess.
He's been there for us too, because he started before us, and he's kind of like helped us push through the door of all the shows, and so we've probably been in shows that we shouldn't have been in because of him. So
and
he's helped us a lot.
And like you said, seeing Brody like going to PWG and Douglas James, how they're performing at all these amazing shows, with, just with their getting recognized with their talent, it just inspires me and it gets me wanting to be there, if not go even further than that. But yeah, it's just that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so do you have like any dream opponents?
Ooh.
Jeff Cobb, one of my dream opponents. I would like to face Brody. Just because he's a big guy, and I like to face big guys. So.
Never stopped you.
Nope.
Joey Ryan for me. I feel like that would be, just it'd be a good match just to see us two see what we can do in the ring, see what we can pull off. I feel like that would be definitely a good match. Even as far as wrestlers like in WWE, Finn Balor or Daniel Bryan, Sami Zayn, I would love to have a match with them as well.
Dolph Ziggler, AJ Styles.
Okay, so is there like any local promotion that you would like to work for?
I like to be on AWS and PWG, of course. I mean, I think that's everyone's top goal. I think everyone's top goal is WWE too, but I mean, I just want to be in all the top promotions, really. Defy, AWS, PWG, all of them.
Yeah. I've wrestled for AWS. Well, actually, that's actually a match I like too. It was me and Eli Everfly versus PP Ray. AWS. I really enjoyed that match a lot too. But yeah, AWS. I would still like to have more shows there, or eventually I would love to do PWG or PCW.
Oh yeah, PCW, especially.
I'm open to wrestling a lot of venues. I enjoy Ground Zero. So I mean, any promotion, I'd really be open to it. But as far as ones I really would like to, PWG, AWS, and PCW.
Okay, so we're kind of getting into our last question here of the podcast. Do you have any upcoming shows?
I have a show March 11th in Mexicali. It's me and Donnie it's me, Guy Cool, and Kodo Hero versus some guys over there in Mexico. So I'm looking forward to that. It's gonna be really fun.
I'll be wrestling at the next the Santino's showcase. It'll be March 30th, I believe, right?
Yeah, March 30th. I'll be there too.
Yeah. And I think there's one more. I can't remember, but it's somewhere. No, it's gonna be somewhere towards the end of March. But yeah, I know. When I find out more information, I'll let everyone know.
Okay, so is there any people can follow you on your social medias?
Instagram Alonzo Alvarez 24, Twitter the same thing, Facebook the same thing. So pretty much all of them Alonzo Alvarez 24.
I'm Dom Kubrick on Twitter, on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook. Just enter Dominic Kubrick. Yeah, that's about it for those. Yeah.
Okay, so we've reached the end of the podcast. Thank you guys for both being a guest on my podcast today.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us. Yes. Appreciate it.